about 100 miles per hour. Moments earlier, surveillance video shows the stolen BMW speeding away from an attempted traffic stop. Sergeant Abby Pavlik says the officer quickly called off the chase, deciding it was not safe to continue.
The whole pursuit lasted about 45 seconds.
The driver kept going, eventually smashing into Mogensen's car. Surveillance video shows the driver in the stolen car run from the scene, jumping a fence to get away.
That's why I said coward.
The crash killed Mogensen, who neighbors say was looking forward to being a mother.
They were trying to start a family. And so, that was what they wanted in life. Like I said, as a young couple. So it's just tragic to have that all yanked away.
Investigators say Mogensen's husband showed up at the crash scene just blocks from their home and found paramedics performing life-saving measures on his wife.
He's now mourning the loss of not only his wife, but the future that he had with his wife and the child, his unborn child. I mean, to me, that is, it's a tragic loss of life.
Kendall, as we mentioned, Milwaukee police arrested a 20-year-old man. Did he turn himself in?
Well, Patrick, I asked Milwaukee police if he turned himself in or where the arrest happened, but have not heard back.
Kendall Key is reporting in Milwaukee tonight. Mayor Cavalier Johnson is weighing in on reckless driving on Milwaukee streets. In a post on social media, the mayor called for drivers to slow down. He also says the city is making physical changes to the roads to increase safety. Mayor Johnson plans to sign a new resolution Monday morning allowing the city to tow the cars of reckless drivers, even if it is their first offense. Our coverage of the reckless driving crashes continues on the 12 News app.
Weather Watch 12, we could see a few sprinkles around here this evening. Taking a live look outside right now. Looks a little gloomy, but Mark, maybe grab an umbrella just in case.
Just in case. This has been super light so far, mainly focused in our northern counties at this point, but everybody has a chance of getting at least a sprinkle in the next 2 to 3 hours. We're 53 degrees. Temperatures aren't bad. Kind of what you would expect, a typical November day. We take you to Elkhart Lake, couple of sprinkles here on the lens. Temperatures there coming in at 50 degrees from Road America. Nice lines, by the way, there. Probably a lot of people be getting that done this weekend because the weather tomorrow is going to look a lot better than this. Again, most of this not hitting the ground, just a couple of sprinkles as we head throughout the next couple of hours. If you're heading out for football games tonight, be ready for those sprinkles. Otherwise, just cloudy skies. We'll look at the rest of the weekend forecast when we'll get the sunshine coming up in Weather Watch 12.
Breaking news, it could be the end of the road for a Milwaukee auto parts plant. Our partners at Biz Times are reporting Stellantis would close its plant in Bayview as part of its new deal with the United Auto Workers Union. Under the tentative agreement, 100 jobs at the plant would move to the Stellantis facility in Belvidere, Illinois. That's about 90 miles from Milwaukee. UAW members must still vote on the deal.
Breaking news, the president and first lady are in Maine following the worst mass shooting in that state's history. President Joe Biden and Dr. Jill Biden are in Lewiston meeting with first responders and victims' families. 18 people died when a gunman opened fire at a bowling alley and bar.
18 precious souls stolen, 13 wounded. All of them live lives of love and service and sacrifice. We also remember the survivors who will forever carry the memories and the physical and emotional scars of this.
ABC News has obtained law enforcement documents. They show a series of panicked text messages from back in September. The messages from a man serving in the Army Reserve with the gunman, warning their training supervisor that he posed a threat to the unit and refused to get help.
I'm telling you, I did not give it to her to kill her, and I did not put it in.
Why did you give it to her then?
I gave it to her because she seemed to think it was a good idea.
Now to the eye drop murder trial in Waukesha. Jesse Krzyzewski is accused of poisoning her family friend Lynn Hernan with Visine-laced water in 2018. 12 News' Hannah Hilliard breaks down the police interrogation videos shown to the jury today.
There's an anomaly in her toxicology. There's a drug in her system that's not supposed to be there.
Handcuffed and speaking with detectives in 2019, it was the first time they told Jesse Krzyzewski how her longtime friend Lynn Hernan died.
It's called tetrahydrazine.
What is that?
Commonly known as eye drops.
It's a chemical Krzyzewski asked about as if she'd never heard of it.
In your investigation, did you actually find evidence that at least the device of Ms. Krzyzewski used the term tetrahydrozoline before this interview?
Yes.
Friday, the jury learned 6 months before this investigation, Kruszewski texted her then boyfriend, claiming someone spiked her drink with eye drops, and she specifically used the word tetrahydrozoline.
Well, they're trying to look at this as a murder.
That's just insane to me. And this is why I'm here.
One of the reasons.
Do you guys think I murdered her?
Did you?
I swear to God I didn't.
The state Friday pointing out inconsistencies in Kruszewski's stories, like whether Hernon ingested eye drops herself.
I've never seen her drink it, ever, ever.
The first interrogation compared to the second the next day.
So she put Visine in her vodka. Why would she put Visine in her vodka?
Because she wanted something with it.
And Visine's the option?
No.
All-day questioning from the state means the defense has not had their chance to cross-examine the detective on the stand. Right now, they will get that chance when the trial spills into its third week on Monday. Reporting in Waukesha, Hannah Hilliard, WYSN 12 News.
Aside from homicide, Kruszewski is also accused of draining Hernon's bank accounts. In videos seen Friday, Kruszewski says she had Hernon's permission for every purchase.
Good news tonight for drivers.
The major stretch of freeway about to reopen. What drivers can expect on their way to work Monday morning.
With the rapper though? I do that sometimes. What?
Then caught on camera where a real life bear was spotted doing some trick or treating. A big day for drivers is coming up next week. The Department of Transportation is set to finish the north leg of the Zoo Interchange project.
Starting Monday, drivers will be able to use the ramps from north and southbound I-41 to North Avenue for the first time in more than 3 years.
This interchange really isn't looking too different than it did when we closed everything down, but it's still a huge undertaking to maintain traffic both on I-41 and on North Avenue, and then, build the new bridges and expand them. So yeah, it was a huge undertaking.
The DOT will also open a 4th lane between Burleigh and Watertown Plank Road Monday. They say it should ease the congestion that's common on that stretch of the freeway.
Commitment 2024, the chairman of the Republican Party of Wisconsin telling up front a top-tier Republican will enter the race by the end of the year to challenge Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin.
How close do you anticipate this is going to be, and when is a Republican going to get in the race?
I think you'll see other things happen in the next 30 to 60 days. Potential candidates. The fact of the matter is Tammy Baldwin's vulnerable.
This is Wisconsin, and last year's Senate election was a 1 percentage point margin matter. So Tammy Baldwin and all who support her are not taking this for granted by any means.
Both chairs of the Democratic and Republican state parties are exclusive guests Sunday morning on Upfront, 1 year out from 2024. The key to Battleground Wisconsin, Sunday morning at 9, right here on WISN 12.
Coming up new tonight on 12 News at 6, a former Milwaukee police officer accused in a chokehold death heading to trial. The 3-year journey for family of the man who died and the key evidence in the case. Plus,
Milwaukee police investigating recent downtown thefts and carjackings with an important warning for you ahead of the holiday season.
that's coming up tonight at 6, right after World News with David Muir at 5:30. It'll be a good weekend to take care of the to-do list.
Mark, both days are looking dry.
Both days are dry. There's a better day for raking than the other day, and that's going to be Saturday because there's less wind. But here's just some of the things that I have on, maybe this is my to-do list, maybe it's yours. Maybe it's all of ours. Raking, mulching, mowing, gutter cleaning, garage cleaning, get the patio furniture put away, and then we can get the grill out, get the fire pit out, relax, or just put an X over all of this and go golfing because it's still going to be a nice weekend for that. Probably the best day tomorrow, even though it'll be a little warmer on Sunday. Not much wind tomorrow, and that's why it's a better day for raking. A little more wind on Sunday, but not a bad day. Then Monday, don't rake. The wind's out of the south at 15 to 30 miles per hour, some higher gusts, so that's not going to be great. Let's talk about this weekend in details here. 55 degrees on Saturday. The nicer of the 2 days in terms of having more sun. We cloud up a lot more as we work our way through Sunday. Could get a little bit of sun here and there, but don't expect a lot of it. Temperatures, though, 57. Both days will be above average. This is the weekend we change our clocks. We go back an hour. You get that extra hour of sleep. Sunset on Saturday is 5:40. The sunset on Sunday is 4:38 in the afternoon. Prepare yourself for the darkness. Evening sprinkles, and they're here and there, hit and miss. But for the most part, just cloudy skies. Cloudy overnight, mix of clouds and sun on Saturday, the lighter winds of the 2 days, and then cloudy, dry, and breezy on Sunday. 53 degrees as we take you out to the east side right now. Lots of cloud cover. Didn't see a whole lot of sunshine today. It was a beautiful sunrise for some of you. A little bit of pavement that's wet there as we take you out, but barely, into Pewaukee with a few sprinkles. Temperatures have cooled off a tiny bit, back down into the upper 40s. Here's your 7-day. Again, Saturday, 55. Nice day. Then we change our clocks before we go to bed on Saturday night, change the batteries in your smoke detectors. Cloudy and breezy conditions on Sunday, breezier as the day goes on. Not that much wind initially. Windy, a few showers on Monday. There's a chance for showers Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but the chances are pretty slim any of those days. That 63 on Monday sounds pretty good, though. And again, there'll be a fair amount of dry time on Monday. It's going to be really windy, though. Then back to the 50s, even the 40s for highs 1 week from today on Friday. High temperature there of 46 degrees. So I would take advantage of this weekend. Mid-50s, upper 50s, some sun.
We remember what Halloween felt like.
It's November.
Yeah.
It is November.
All right, thank you, Mark. Well, speaking of Halloween, it's not your usual trick-or-treater.
Where a real-life bear was caught on camera helping itself to some Halloween candy.